how I met my girlfriend after I quit smoking, quit drinking, no parties, no bars. If you're in early sobriety or you're thinking about quitting, you started to quit and you're like, man, my social life, how am I going to meet anyone? How am I going to date? How am I going to have friends? Then welcome in fam, much love, Trav here. Beautiful view as the sun goes down. Just got off a coaching call with a client and I'm so fired up and I'm pumped up. Let's go get more shelter where maybe the view isn't as beautiful, but there is a better shade protection. So this video is for a viewer. That viewer's name on YouTube is Socrates of Athens, and he said, yeah, he's basically going through this. He's quitting drinking, and the question is, how do I meet people? And yeah, in this video, I really want to dive into sober lifestyle, the rewards, the treasures that come with putting down the booze, putting down the weed, putting down the cigarette, putting down the coffee cup even, and how you can create yourself a wonderful and amazing social life while being totally sober. So if that sounds interesting to you, then let's get to it. Let's get to the meat and potatoes. First, let me start off with my experience a little bit, and then from there we can give you some ideas for your own life. So for me, the main way that I meet people in my current life is working in agriculture, working on the farm. I tend to meet people through that. I have a job where sort of related to the farm, where I work with schools and work with students and bring them to agricultural projects. And both of these things are very social. Part of my job is like getting into a very social role in my job as well, where I'm not just working on the farm, but also I'm coordinating, I'm running social media, I'm connecting with people, and then part of my job as well is running farmers markets. And the farmers markets, obviously, I'm meeting a lot of people. All these, I'm meeting a lot of people. Farmers markets, I'm meeting a lot of people, and these people also. It's all in the daytime. It's all sunshine related. And not always, but these people don't necessarily drink, smoke, but at least we share an activity together where we don't drink or smoke. So my current girlfriend, and really any of the girlfriends that I've had recently, I've met through agriculture. And that's one of the reasons that I got into agriculture. It's not just like, oh, to meet girls, but to have a healthy social life that isn't reliant on that's balanced in terms of age, in terms of gender, and it's one of the reasons that I got into farmers market, just to have a more healthy social life. I don't really like having a job where the job is unfulfilling socially, or either it's all men, or it's all women, or it's all old people, or it's all kids, or whatever. It appears a mix of different things. Like choosing a job to be socially wholesome is really a valuable thing for me. And I'm not necessarily saying that you should do that, but it sucks when your work is totally unfulfilling. And then what do you do outside of work where, well, the easy thing to do is to go drink. The easy thing to do is to smoke. For me, it was drinking, going to parties, but I'd go to the drinking parties and then I'd pull people off to smoke. And it's not just like, oh, getting girls, but connecting with my brothers and my friends and my homies is like, leaving the party to go smoke and have a conversation. And I can relate. It was challenging. It was lonely, or I found myself spending more time alone after I had sobered up, after I quit smoking, after I quit drinking. But that caused me to think, like, okay, what can I fill in my life instead, right? And something to realize is that if you want a sober lifestyle, you want the people in your life, ideally who are closest to you, to be sober. So you're not going to meet the people that you want in your life at a party or at a bar, because you meet her there and she drinks, she's already a no, right? I mean, for the most part, she quit drinking, she quit smoking, yes, but you're not going to meet her at a party, especially because not only does she drink, but that's what you do together is you drink. Meet her at a party, not only does she drink, but that's what you do together. There's plenty of instances of people meeting at parties or bars and then stopping drinking, but most of the time, like, you continue what you've been doing, right? So what I'm trying to say is you're not going to meet her at the bar anyways. She's not at the bar, she's not at the party. She's at the farm, she's at the beach, she's at the gym, she's at the library, she's at a nonprofit, she's at the school, she's at a social organization. Have a broad social net and have a lot of that social net through work, through play, through volunteer, through self-improvement, self-development, and you do that, and you're definitely gonna meet people. You might need to get out of your shell. You might need to be brave and go to things alone, show up to things alone, or go to a volunteer day alone, or go do things alone. But what you're going to find is that it's really going to enrich your social life, because the things that you end up doing are going to be a lot more wholesome. The things you end up doing are going to be a lot healthier. The things that you're doing are going to be, in the end, a lot more fun. It's like no more drinking and parties, like volunteer day, getting the hands in the dirt, going for runs together, working out together, right? Like inviting people into going on hikes together is another thing. Going and surfing, or whatever the version of that is, wherever in your locale. But just being healthy, being wholesome, getting out, doing things alone, and inviting people. And if they come, great. If they don't, that's great too. But that's what would work for me, and some modification of that could and definitely will work for you. And then one other thing that is important that I want to share with you, that you'll also see, is when you embark on this journey, there's people who are going to come with you, right? My current girlfriend smoked and she drank sometimes, but she no longer does those things. And one of my best friends out here in Hawaii, after I quit smoking, we didn't hang out quite as much, but he quit smoking too. And he said, "Yo, Trav, I really value our friendship. I want to connect more and spend more time together." I'm like, "Yes, dude." And he actually quit smoking. And we're surfing, we're working on business projects, we're talking about our finances, we're talking about our money, we're talking about our romantic partnerships and the next steps, and really masterminding in life. And this is from someone who used to, all we would do is just get high and ramble on the same bullshit stories. So it doesn't necessarily mean cutting people out of your life. The people who really matter are probably going to come along with you. And it doesn't need to be lonely. You're going to have deeper connections, and you're also going to have a deeper connection with yourself. But something that you're going to need to realize, though, is especially in early sobriety, when you're starting off, when you just quit, you probably are going to spend more time alone. And that time alone, you're going to be thinking, there's a chance, though, it's a chance to think, there's a chance to plot. And what you need to be thinking and plotting on is how to rebuild your life in a more wholesome and social way. Because it's not just about meeting a girlfriend. It's about spending 6+ hours a day with people that you love, right? Having a wonderful, wholesome social life, having a great time, just having support and so on, and doing it again in a wholesome way. But I mean, the last point that I want to touch on, though, is I want to eradicate any kind of stigma around sobriety. Sobriety does not mean that you have a problem or had a problem. It means you don't have a problem. It doesn't mean you were an addict. It means you just want to raise to another level. And the idea that your social life is going to suffer, to me, is ridiculous. Like, your social life is going to improve so much because you're not around these black holes, these dead ends, and your energy is, I'm not saying The Secret is real, but there's a magnetic force about you. When you go through positive change, people are going to be drawn to you. And the truth is, my current relationship is great. It's been going 6 or more months. It's going awesome. But after I sobered up, I had a series of amazing, beautiful, awesome women enter my life. And to me, it was like, well, duh, because I leveled up. And people notice when you level up, and when you level up, you improve. So this idea that, like, it's going to be hard to date, or it's going to be hard to make friends, is ridiculous. It's going to be easier to date. You're not going to be able to use the same locations, but you're going to attract more people, and you're going to do it in a higher quality way. The last thing that I'll say is that I didn't use online dating at all, and you don't necessarily have to. It's really hard to connect that way. People use it like a drug. I know people do connect that way. I know it's possible. If you want someone else who can teach you how to do that, that's not me. But I also think that it's not necessary. I'm old school. I like to meet people in person, and have sort of developed my life in such a way, and I recommend you do as well. So if you found that useful, please hit the thumbs up. If you haven't taken the free course yet, you should do that. There's a link below. And if you want to sign up for the coaching, I'm available for that as well. I'm taking on more clients right now. I'm excited. I'm going to help a lot of people. And yeah, but the free course, it's just a no-brainer. It's going to help you a lot, improve your life, and embark on this journey and be successful. So hope you found that useful. Appreciate you. Much love. Comment down below what's comment down below, because just for people's curiosity, where did you meet your partner? I met her on the farm. And how, or your girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever you want to call it, wife, husband, what's one, for those of you who are looking, what's one social activity you can do that could lead to meeting people and improving your social life? It could have been anything that I mentioned, or it could be your own idea. So comment that down below. Appreciate you. Much love. Hit the thumbs up. Thank you so much for being here, and let's get to it. Peace.